Today we're making a delicious recipe from my grandma's Blue Ribbon cookbook called Blue Ribbon Chocolate Thunderbolt Cake. It uses 2/3 of a cup of what? It uses 2/3 of a cup of what? So we're gonna start off by adding 2/3 of a cup of softened butter. Now I just put my butter in the microwave for about 20 seconds just to kind of soften it up. And then I take 1.5 cups of sugar. So this is an old recipe. I'm gonna follow it just like they state in the cookbook. It's a Blue Ribbon recipe. If you want to add less sugar, you go ahead. But I'm gonna do it just like they said. So I'm gonna go ahead and cream the butter and the sugar. Now to that, after the creamed butter and sugar, I'm gonna add 2 eggs directly into my mixer. Look how creamy and beautiful that looks. To that, I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of unsweetened cocoa. To that, I'm gonna add 1 cup of water. To this, I'm gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I'm gonna add those in before I add the flour. To that, I'm gonna add 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. To that, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And finally, we're gonna add our secret ingredient, which is 2/3 of a cup of rinsed and drained sauerkraut. And we're just gonna mix that for the final mix. And that's the Thunderbolt. So I have sprayed a pan. I actually lined it with some parchment paper and then I sprayed it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this into my cake pan. And it's a beautiful textured cake. It's so fluffy and it comes out so beautiful. So we're gonna put all of our cake in here. I'm just gonna spread it around a little bit. Into all the little corners. Now I'm using parchment paper because this is how my grandma baked it. Not quite sure why she did that, but that's what we're gonna do. We're making it just like grandma did. We are gonna throw this cake into a preheated 350-degree oven for 30 minutes and we'll check on it at the end of the 30 minutes and I'll show you how it looks. Well, this is my cake. It actually came out beautiful. It's a beautiful chocolate cake. And I'm gonna be making a real easy little frosting, and let me show you how I do that. If you're enjoying this video today, can you please subscribe to my channel or give me a like or a thumbs up? So I took a cup of powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of cocoa, a tablespoon of butter, and just a couple of little tablespoons of almond milk. That's what I'm gonna make mine with. I don't actually have any milk with me. And I'm gonna just stir this up until it gets to the consistency that I want. This is just kind of a little milk chocolate frosting. I wanna make sure that all that butter is incorporated and all the powdered sugar. I did soften the butter, but I didn't put it in the microwave. I wanted it a little bit thicker this time. Now you can make a thicker frosting if you like. All you have to do is add more powdered sugar or butter or what have you. If you want it thinner, then you just add more milk or water. It's really easy to make frosting. I wanted mine kind of a glazed frosting. I'm just gonna get it all stirred up and my cake's very hot, so I'm not gonna frost it yet. I am gonna put this in the refrigerator. I'm gonna cover it and put it in the refrigerator. And then when my cake cools, I'm gonna put this over it and then I'm gonna sample a piece for you. Okay, it's time to frost our cake. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this frosting right on here. Might go grab a spoon real quick. I think we'll just take a couple of Oreo cookies and we'll smash those up right inside of the container here. All right, there you go. Delicious, beautiful Thunderbolt chocolate cake. So let me cut a piece and we'll dive into it and see how it came out. All right, so we're just gonna cut a piece of this delicious, oh, my whole house smells so good with all this smell of chocolate. And we are gonna give this a try. And turn it around a little. The first piece is always the hardest to get out. All right, let's give this delicious chocolate cake a try. Oh, the smell is amazing. I don't know if you like chocolate, but I dream of chocolate in my sleep. That is so good. It's so moist. Try to get a bite with the sauerkraut, but I think the sauerkraut gives it more of like, there's no real tartness or anything like that, but I think it makes it more moist. It's really good. If you want to try a really good chocolate cake, give this a try. I'm going to post the directions on how to make this cake in the description. I'm also going to put some notes as I go through my video. My mouth's watering and I just took a bite. So give this cake a try. I think you'll really love it. It won a huge blue ribbon at the county fair many, many years ago. And thank you so much for joining me. I love doing recipes that my family passed down, you know, the years I was growing up. It's really a lot of fun for me. So thanks a lot for joining me. Consider subscribing if you're not a subscriber, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.